Hi guys, what's up? It's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. Today I am looking at apartments to move into with my roommate-to-be, Maddie. You might know her, Maddie Bragg. Last year when I first moved up to LA after graduating, a lot of people asked me to document the process of looking at apartments and like where to look online, but I didn't really because it was so stressful because I found out I was moving to LA with my roommate last year and we moved within a week. We had to find an apartment within a matter of like days. So that was very different from this time. We have about a month. We have a bunch of places we're looking at and it's a little bit more leisurely. So I'm gonna take video clips of all the apartments we look at and tell you like the pros and cons about them, I guess. But when it comes to an apartment, for me, my major things are obviously it has to be a 2-bedroom. It would be great if it's a 2-bathroom, but 1 master bath isn't bad. A large enough kitchen to be able to film in it. I would love for there to be washer and dryer in unit because I didn't have that this past year and it's a bummer. It'd be really nice. Same with having like new appliances, a dishwasher. I'd love for there to be 2 covered parking spots. That's also majorly important in LA because if you just have street parking, good luck finding a spot, you know? So anyways, yeah, driving to see an apartment right now. Fingers crossed that it's a good one. Okay, I'm back from viewing both apartments and I'm gonna show you the footage from them now. The first one was in West Hollywood and the location was awesome. I loved the marble countertops and honestly it was pretty spacious. Given it was the first one we saw, we were both pretty excited about it, but it had a washer and dryer in the basement and the building itself was kind of run down. Pretty much all of the windows that you looked out, you either saw construction or the face of another building, which honestly just isn't ideal, and it's really not that hard to find apartments that are beautiful in LA. There are so many gorgeous ones, so it might sound like we're being picky, but there's just so many places to look at that like you can be picky for the most part. The location was great, super walkable, lots of like restaurants and grocery stores nearby. And then the second one, the complete opposite, not a lot of stuff around it, kind of more east than we were looking at. We were kind of looking for anywhere like mid to like West LA, and it was in Koreatown, but the place was beautiful. The listing on Craigslist said this is the sexiest apartment you'll ever see, and I honestly completely have to agree with that. The light features in it were beautiful. It had so much natural light, literally skylights, tall ceilings, beautiful brand new bathrooms with lighting in the shower. It even had washer and dryer and it had locked parking in 2 separate spots that aren't tandem. I have a feeling we might apply to it depending how these next ones go too, but the location, I wish it was just like picked up and placed somewhere that's a little bit more convenient. So yeah, that's it for today's 2 apartments, and I will see you tomorrow with the 2 that we are visiting. Okay, so I have quite a lot to update you guys on. I took a little bit of a break from vlogging because we viewed an apartment and applied to it, but I recorded it. So first we went and saw this 2-bedroom in the same complex as the one we applied to. It was way cheaper than anything else we've been looking at, and we just couldn't believe it. So we went to go see it, and once we got there, it was really small, and we realized that is why. It was also the ground floor apartment, which just kind of isn't ideal safety-wise, but they also happen to have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath available, so we just thought, why not? Let's go look at it. And when we did, we were both blown away at how beautiful it was. Gigantic kitchen, brand new, so much storage. A small room that could be like an office because it is a 3-bedroom, and the 2 bedrooms then were like better sized, and we loved it. And it was the price of all of the 2 bedrooms that we had seen that were in more popular areas, so that was crazy. So we did actually end up applying to the 3-bedroom, and That was about a week ago. They're not getting back to us. So we just thought we would put good vibes out into the universe that maybe it'll work out, and if not, we'll check out some other places. Next, we saw one in Hollywood that was in a really busy area. Like, the parking situation was not gonna work out, honestly, and it was really overpriced given the size and the space and the busy area. So we weren't sold on it, but then the woman offered to show us another one that had just been built that she was also, you know, working with leasing. It was brand new, had easily some of the most beautiful bathrooms I have ever seen, but the kitchen was miniature. Like, I'm sorry, there are no pantries. We both have like an air fryer, a blender, Cuisinart. So that one was a really sad miss because I really liked it otherwise. Like, all the finishes were just gorgeous, but the kitchen was like just like an excuse for a kitchen for people that like to cook. But then today, just now, we viewed another apartment and I feel good about it. The kitchen is gorgeous. It has these like really unique cutting board looking counters and a really big sink. It has so much more storage than that last place we looked at. Like, I will never look at an apartment kitchen the same after seeing that one. Really gorgeous wood floors. It also has a washer and dryer, which again, is a blessing. It doesn't have parking, which not my favorite thing in the world, but the location of this one is probably the best of all of the ones we've looked at. It's near a ton of restaurants and just the like general area is very sweet and residential. I really like it. I feel really good about it. We're gonna apply and I hope that they get back to us. Fingers crossed, seriously, that it works out. I have good news. We got approved for the apartment. We signed the lease, did all the paperwork. Thankfully, they let us do it all online, which was super awesome. And now I'm going to pick up the keys and I just can't believe it. That all worked out way faster than the first apartment we looked at and tried to apply to. That took like a whole week. This took like less than a week. Things are good. So yeah, so happy about it. I'm gonna go get the keys now. So now that my apartment hunt is over, I thought I would just answer some of your questions about apartment hunting in LA because I asked on Instagram if you had any questions and I received quite a lot. So that's what I'm gonna be going through right now, and hopefully I can make it less intimidating because I know, especially if you're moving to LA and you don't currently live there, you're not just like switching neighborhoods or anything like that. Just because LA is huge, like it is so much bigger than most major cities. It's incredibly spread out. So hopefully I can help you guys. What are some tips for first time apartment hunting? Definitely keep track of what you're doing, whether it is on paper or in like a Google Sheets. That's what I personally did, and I found that super helpful just for writing like the apartment's address, the website listing, how much it is, whether it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, all like that information, and then write if you contacted them, what they said, when the appointment time is, and then your final thoughts once you visited. Those are all the columns that I had, and it just makes everything go so much smoother, and you won't forget which apartment was which or get them confused. You can check out like different crime ratings, walkability ratings, things like that on most apartment sites. So that is very helpful, but you can also read reviews of people that have rented from the apartment. Best platforms for apartment shopping online. I think we pretty much went through all of them. We looked on Zillow, PadMapper, Trulia, HotPads. All of those are great places to start, and you'll probably end up looking at all of them and bookmarking all of them. It's just, you'll get emails from them every day. It's just a temporary time, but you will be on them every day. What is considered a decent price range, and then what is reasonable rent given what you were looking for? And the reason I'm gonna answer both of these is because what I am paying for rent and like what I have looked at is like personal to me, like what I am looking for and what I am okay with spending, but it isn't necessarily the cheapest rent in LA. If you are really determined on finding a place that is more reasonable or more inexpensive, it's totally doable. A realistic guess for the cheapest rent you can get is probably like $800 to $1,000. If you are living with roommates, you might be able to cut that down even more if you share bedrooms and things like that. For the brief second in time where I was looking at 1-bedroom apartments was when things started to get really expensive. It was like getting close to $2,000 in rent at the lowest, and that is not ideal. That for me personally, that was not what I was looking for. This is a great question. Do you pick a place close to your job to reduce commuting time, or does it not matter? And my biggest tip is yes, it matters. If you or your roommate have a stable job and you're picking an apartment, try to get close to wherever your job is. I was driving 30 to 40 minutes in traffic to my work before the pandemic, and that was really ugly. It was exhausting. I felt so tired, and it honestly just wasted time and wasted gas. And the people that I know that could walk to work loved their lives. What are some differences in neighborhoods that are popular for young people? I have friends that live in many neighborhoods all across LA, and they all are different in their own ways. I found this map that I'm going to put on the screen that shows you the average price for a 1-bedroom in different areas across LA. If you surf a lot or love the beach and don't mind paying a little bit more, you would probably love Santa Monica, Culver City, even Westwood or Brentwood. If you want to be on the west side but can't quite afford it, West Adams, Mid-City, and Pico are your area. If you're someone that likes to shop and brunch and go to retail areas, Robertson, Mid-City West, the Fairfax District, West Hollywood. If you want the classic, fast-paced, real city experience, downtown LA is obviously the place to go. But if you want to be close to downtown but don't want to live in downtown, Koreatown is a great area to live. We actually viewed an apartment down there. And then what I'd say is getting increasingly more popular is like Echo Park, Silver Lake, and Highland Park. I think most people would consider them like gentrified areas, but they're very popular in like the film, music, like Tiny Beanie zone. So a lot of people like it over there, and it's not as expensive in like Highland Park. Silver Lake is a little more expensive. I like to visit over there. A couple people asked what was the process like for applying. Sometimes when you apply to apartments here, they will ask you for a fee. Only one of the apartments we did asked for a fee, and it was $30. Other ones I paid have been $20. During the pandemic, a lot of places have been giving away 1 month of free rent, or like a few months of free rent, maybe like 2 months, or a couple weeks, which is really nice. So that's something to be aware of if you're moving right now. Take advantage of those deals. They really are desperate to get people to move in. I think that just about answers all of your questions. If you have any more, feel free to leave them in the comments and I can help you out, or other people that know LA can help you out in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and click the notification bell to be notified when I upload. And I will see you guys with some new content very soon. Bye guys.